You have never won an argument with a conspiracy theorist. Not because you were wrong, because winning was never possible. Every fact you presented made them more certain. Every challenge turned you into the enemy. They walked away feeling like the victim. This isn't an accident, it's a mechanism. It has a name almost no one knows. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. The mechanism is called DARVO: deny, attack, reverse, victim, and offender. It was discovered in clinical psychology, studying abusers. But after 3 weeks digging through the research, I found something the original study missed. DARVO doesn't just live in people, it lives in belief systems, in movements, in communities, in comment sections. I'm going to show you 6 layers of this trap. By the end, you'll spot it in real time, in any argument, with anyone. And here's the part that made me uncomfortable. You'll start spotting it in yourself. 1997, psychologist Jennifer Fried publishes a paper almost no one reads. She's studying one specific thing: how abusers react when confronted with proof. They don't break down, they don't confess, they counterattack. Step 1, deny, flat rejection, no matter the evidence. Step 2, attack. The accuser becomes the real problem. Step 3, reverse, victim and offender. The guilty becomes the wounded. The accuser becomes the aggressor. Fried named it DARVO, and she assumed it described individuals. She was only half right, because the same 3 steps, running not in one mind but across thousands, build a trap that no single person controls, the DARVO loop. Remember that name. It's going to come back. Everyone gets one thing wrong about conspiracy theorists. They think it's an information problem. Just show them the truth. Correct the facts. They'll come around. Wrong. Every single time. The belief was never built on facts, so facts can't tear it down. DARVO is the immune system. And your facts, they're the infection it was built to destroy. First layer of the trap, denial. But not the simple kind, not "that didn't happen." Watch what really happens when contradicting evidence appears. The community doesn't reject it, it relabels it. That's exactly what they want you to think. Stop. Look at what just happened. The evidence wasn't examined, it was swallowed and flipped into proof. Psychologists call this an unfalsifiable belief. A belief engineered so it can never be proven wrong, because every disproof is reabsorbed as confirmation. You're not arguing with a person, you're arguing with a machine that eats counter evidence, and the person running it has no idea it's running. That's why it's a trap, not a lie. A trap. Second layer, attack. And this is where it gets dangerous, because the attack never targets the argument. It targets you. Challenge the narrative, and 3 things happen, always in this order. 1, your motives. You're a shill. You work for them. 2, your intelligence. You haven't done your own research. You're asleep. 3, your belonging. You're cast out, blocked, erased. And notice, the original point was never touched. It couldn't be. The deny engine already filed it under threat. But the real damage isn't to you, it's to everyone watching. Because the group just learned a lesson. Questioning the belief gets you destroyed. And people will protect their belonging long before they protect the truth. Every single time. Right now, this feels like a video about other people. Flat earthers, lizard people believers, the relative you've muted. And a quiet voice is telling you, that's not me. That voice is the trap. Because DARVO doesn't need a conspiracy theory. It only needs one belief you've decided not to question. About your politics, your relationship, your own goodness. The moment a belief becomes part of who you are, attacking the belief feels exactly like attacking you. And that mechanism doesn't belong to conspiracy theorists. It belongs to all of us. Quick pause before the next layer. If you've made it this far, you're not here for noise. You're here to understand how the mind actually works, the mechanisms most people never see. That's the whole reason Mind Unlocked exists. This channel is still early, so every subscriber genuinely shapes what gets made next. If decoding the hidden psychology behind human behavior matters to you, subscribe. It's free, and it's the one thing that keeps these files coming. All right, back to the trap. Third layer, and the most sophisticated, reverse victim and offender. Freud saw it in single abusers, but scaled to a community, it mutates. The group rebrands itself as persecuted, silenced, hunted for the truth. They're trying to shut us down. The ones they censor are the ones telling the truth. And this is devastatingly effective. Here's why. Persecution explains everything. Every failure, every missing proof, every expert who disagrees. All of it becomes evidence of the conspiracy. Being doubted becomes proof you're right. And there's data underneath this. Research on conspiracy belief consistently links it to one feeling that comes first. The feeling of being powerless and excluded. The conspiracy didn't create the feeling of being a victim. The feeling came first, and the conspiracy gave it a story. Here's the fourth layer, and it's the one that locks the door. The longer someone holds a belief, the more expensive it becomes to drop it. Think about what a deep believer has already paid. Friendships ended over it. Family dinners ruined. Reputation spent. Hours, years, an entire identity. Invested. Now imagine admitting it was all wrong. It doesn't just mean the belief was false. It means the sacrifice was meaningless. Psychologists call this the sunk cost fallacy. We keep investing in something, precisely because we've already lost so much in it. It's why people stay in failing businesses, doomed relationships, lost causes. And inside the DARVO loop, sunk cost is rocket fuel. The believer can't walk away, because walking away means everything they sacrificed was for nothing. So they double down, every single time, not to defend the truth, to defend the cost. Now the fifth layer, and this is where most explanations stop too early, because the DARVO loop doesn't just trap people, it recruits them. And it does it by offering three things almost no one can refuse. 1. Certainty. In a chaotic world, the loop hands you a single, simple explanation for everything. 2. Belonging. The moment you accept the belief, you're instantly part of a community that defends you. 3. And this is the dark one. Significance. The belief tells you that you see what the sheep can't. You're awake. You matter. Think about who that offer is irresistible to. Someone lonely. Someone overlooked. Someone who feels the world stopped seeing them. The DARVO loop doesn't recruit the stupid. It recruits the unseen. And then it makes sure they're never alone again. That's not a bug in the system. It's the most powerful feature it has. So now you understand the trap. 5 layers. You can see the whole machine, which means you can avoid it, right? Wrong. And this is the most unsettling part of the entire file. Knowing about DARVO doesn't make you immune to it, because the loop doesn't run in the part of your brain that understands. It runs in the part that feels threatened. You can know the trap exists and still be standing inside it right now. And that's the 6th layer, the one Freud never named. This file was never about conspiracy theorists. It was about what happens to any mind that builds itself around a belief it can't afford to lose. We have a word for the mechanism when we see it in them. DARVO. We have no word for it when it's running in us. But the machine is identical. Deny. When have you dismissed evidence because of who it came from? Attack. When have you gone after the person instead of their point? Reverse. When have you turned your own defensiveness into, I'm the one being attacked here? So here's the only question that matters. The one Jennifer Freed never asked in 1997. Which of your beliefs would you use DARVO to protect? Which idea, if someone challenged it, would make you attack the person instead of the point? Which group, if it doubted you, would instantly become the enemy? Whatever just came to mind, that's where your trap is. And you cannot escape a trap you refuse to see. DARVO is one mechanism, one loop. And so far, we've watched it run on its own, automatic, invisible, leaderless. But the next file is different, because the next file is about the people who run DARVO on purpose, who know the mechanism, who use it as a weapon. People you've watched, people you've followed, people you trusted. That file will have names. File closed.